Hey everyone, it's Nicole and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. So today's video we are going to be talking about 10 things that I no longer buy. Not buying things is hard. There's no other way to put it. I feel like with YouTube ads and commercials and car radio ads, billboards, I feel like you're just being bombarded from all angles to buy things, to try new things, what's new, what's expensive, what's hot, all of this stuff, and it can be very overwhelming and it can easily lead to you spending way too much money when you don't need to be spending. If you guys could do me a huge favor before I start today's video, and that is subscribe to this channel. I have another YouTube channel where I do primarily couponing. I am taking a break from that at the moment due to the whole coronavirus and all that kind of stuff that's going on right now. I haven't been couponing, but I am fairly active on this channel and it is brand new. So please hit that subscribe button. It would do me a huge favor. Now let's get into the 10 things I no longer spend money on. The first thing that I no longer spend money on is pre-packaged foods. These are just for convenience and they are priced equally so. They are very expensive. Back when I was working in an office, I would often pop over to Walmart for a quick lunch, and a salad is what I would usually get, and it would be a $4 to $5 salad. If I was doing that 5 times a week, that would be $20 to $25 that is just gone. And our food budget is typically around $6.50 a day for both of us. So spending $4 to $5 on a salad is just not going to cut it. Plus, if you're purchasing all of those items individually and making your own salad, you could make probably 5 or 6 salads with $4 to $5 rather than just one salad at $5. And it's not just salads. I mean, you know, all those frozen individual meals, they're $2 to $3 a piece now. That's just so expensive. If nothing else, buy yourself a loaf of nicer bread and some nicer deli meats, and you can have a really great lunch or dinner for super, super cheap. So we are no longer buying anything prepackaged. It's just, I get that it's for convenience, which is why it's so expensive, but it's just too much for us and it's just a waste of money. Number 2 is lawn services. So this one admittedly is really, really hard. We live in a subdivision where most people are a little bit older than us. They're in their 40s. A lot of them are actually retired, so they're in their 60s or so, and they're just home a lot more than we are. We both have a full-time job and part-time job, so we are hardly ever home. But these people are out in their yards all day, and they make their yards look phenomenal. Everyone has a riding mower. Their grass is super green. They have a lot of plants, a lot of foliage. There's never any weeds in their yard, and that's just not us, not even a little bit. We still have a push mower when everyone else has a riding mower. We have some weeds in our yard. I'm pretty good at pulling them, but the only foliage that we have is what the contractor put in when they built our home. We haven't really done anything else with that. I just feel like with us being in debt, spending money on things like our yard just really isn't important at the moment. And obviously we'll probably revisit this in a year or two when we are actually out of debt. But right now, it's just not worth spending any of the money. We do add more mulch every year, so there's 20, 30 bucks there. We have some trouble spots growing grass, so this year we did go out and spend some money on grass seed, but we did it all ourselves, so it was like a quarter of the cost. I think we spent like $50 or $60 just on some grass seed and some hay, things like that, or some straw. Nothing huge, but I just don't see the point in spending $2,000 on a riding mower or having a landscape service come and 1, mow your lawn, or 2, do all of your landscaping. It looks fine at the moment. It could definitely look better, and I do get a little bit jealous walking through our neighborhood and looking at all of these really pretty plants and trees and things like that. But our day will come. We just have to be patient, but right now we are not spending money on any landscaping services. Although I'm pretty sure my husband dreams about having a riding lawnmower. One day we'll get there. All right, so the third thing that I no longer spend money on is jewelry. Full disclosure, I work somewhere where I can't wear jewelry. I work in a kitchen, so all of that stuff is kind of banned from being in there. But even before that, I wasn't too much into jewelry. I don't have my ears pierced anymore. I used to. I used to work in an office, so I did get them re-pierced, but since I'm working in a kitchen now, I don't really wear any of that kind of stuff. When I was 18, I got my lip pierced. That lasted about 6 months. I don't have that anymore. I usually just wear my wedding ring. I have 2 or 3 bracelets. I have 5 or 6 necklaces that I've literally had for like 10 years, and I just don't wear them all that often. I know that a lot of people have office jobs where they want to look cute and have all of these clothes and all these colors and all of these jewelry items. That's just not me. I don't want to spend money on it. I don't want it cluttering my vanity. I don't want to have to choose an outfit plus choose jewelry. I kind of lucked out with today's outfit though, just because this is like attached to the actual outfit itself, but I usually don't wear anything too flashy, too crazy like that. The most that I'll do as far as jewelry goes is like sunglasses maybe. I have like 3 or 4 pairs of those, but it's just not really that important to me, and I only really get dressed up if I'm going somewhere. I am going somewhere today, or if I'm filming, so I just don't really need any of that stuff, so I don't spend money on it. So the 4th thing that I don't spend money on anymore is skincare and makeup. So I said in the beginning of this video, I do have a channel where I teach you how to coupon. So I do get quite a few skincare items from that. I actually haven't been couponing in like 3 or 4 months now, but I still have a ton. And so if I can get that free from couponing, I do that, but I don't actively buy any of it. I get 1 bottle of foundation pretty much every year, usually on my birthday or for Christmas. My mom usually buys it for me, and that will last me the entire year. In the summer, I don't wear it because it's hot. Again, like I said before, I can't wear jewelry because I'm in a kitchen, so I don't really wear makeup either. I wear mascara, and that is about it. Only on days that I'm filming or days that I'm going out like today, I'll put on eyeliner and, you know, lipstick, things like that. But other than mascara and lip gloss, which I'm addicted to, I really don't buy anything else. I probably spend like less than $20 a year to my skincare and my makeup. Number 5 are to-go coffees. So I love coffee. I hadn't for a long time, and then I hit like 22 and I'm like, oh my God, where's this been my whole life? And it was all hot coffee, and then I was in an all iced coffee mode. Now I kind of flip-flop back and forth between the two, but I love coffee. I love going and getting coffee. It just makes me feel good on the inside. Being able to do like, you know, the girly things and go to Target and grab a Starbucks and, you know, do all that kind of stuff. I do enjoy doing that. However, since quarantine, I really haven't had the urge to go out and do that. I really don't drink a whole lot of coffee out anyway, and if I do, I typically have a gift card or I ask for a gift card, so I'm not spending money out of my pocket. But what we've done is we've had a Keurig that we've had forever. Recently, we just bought a French press like a year or 2 ago, so I can have my hot coffee, I can have my iced coffee, and I can buy all the fun little things that you put in it, all of the syrups, all of the creamers, all of that fun stuff, and it cost me like $1 to make a coffee rather than the $4, $5, $6, $7 that you'd be getting it from Starbucks. I put it in a little to-go cup, and I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could probably save a cup from Starbucks or get one of their reusable cups, but those are just far too expensive for me, and go ahead and put it into a Starbucks cup. That way you feel like you're still bougie and you're still, you know, drinking coffee. You can still pretend like it's your Starbucks if you want, but I don't really feel a need to do that. But I can just put it into a to-go container and save myself the $4 or $5. Plus, just like the waiting in line at all of these coffee shops is like insane. You're waiting for like 10 to 15 minutes. It's just like super inconvenient, and it's just, you're spending money, you're spending time. I just would rather not do that. Our French press came from IKEA. It was like $15. We had it for like at least a year, if not 2, and it is just so easy. So buy loose ground coffee, use your French press, and you can have some bomb iced coffee for super cheap. The 6th thing that I no longer spend money on is electronics. So I didn't even have a smartphone until like maybe 5 years ago. I was super late to the party on that one. Social media wasn't a huge part of my life. It kind of is now because I have a phone that has it on there, but I was really late to the party with getting a smartphone. We really do just use our phones until they quit working, and I'm not one to I have to have the new iPhone or he has to have the new whatever. Like, we're not like that. We haven't bought a new TV in over 4 years. A new computer we've never bought. My husband actually built ours, and then about once a year he'll go through and he'll update something, which would be like $100 or so. It's not anything crazy, and it's still way cheaper than buying a whole new computer. My husband is really into video games, so we do have to buy consoles every once in a while, but even then he'll wait a year or two and he'll buy a refurbished one. That way it's much, much cheaper. But we're just not really into the whole brand new electronics. We don't have to have a new Apple Watch. We don't have to have a Fitbit, all of those types of things. I just feel like they are a waste of money in my life anyway. I know people love them, especially if you are in the healthcare profession. Having something like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, I feel like is beneficial to some people, but in my life it isn't really. If I don't have to spend money on the best new electronic, I'm just not going to. Number 7 is water bottles, which I know sounds weird, but I feel like I know a lot of people that just own a lot of water bottles, and I'm very much like anti-clutter. I would rather not have one than have like a cabinet full of something. So water bottles are that thing. I feel like I see new people with a new water bottle every single week, or a new Starbucks cup that, you know, matches their nails or their outfit for that day, which is super cool. But it's just, again, it is not my thing. We have 2 Contigos that can be used for cold or hot beverages, and then we have 2 water bottles that we have as well, and that's it. And I feel like that's still too much. I feel like we could just literally have our Contigos and be done with it. I guess with our Contigos, they're just like larger than I like them to be, so with the cold water bottles, it's fine because they're a little bit more condensed, kind of how I justify it. But I see people with like literally a new water bottle every single week, and they're expensive. Like if you get like Hydro Flasks or like a lot of Contigos, like they're really, really expensive. And the Contigos that I have, I actually got for Christmas like 2 years ago, and we still use them. So it's just not something that I really want to spend money on. And I kind of went through a phase where I was buying a lot of them because I do think that they are super cute, but I had bought some from the Dollar Tree and I put them all in the dishwasher, and they didn't like heat, so they all kind of melted. And ever since then I was like, well, kind of learned my lesson there, so I'm just not going to buy any more water bottles. And it keeps my cabinets way less cluttered. Number 9 on my list of things I don't buy anymore are souvenirs. So we all have cameras on our phones now, and I would much rather take a picture of something and remember it that way than have a lot of stuff cluttering up my life. So no more t-shirts, no keychains, no things like that. I do typically buy a Christmas ornament that I pack with our Christmas stuff, and that comes up once a year. And I feel like just putting everything on the tree and just having that moment of like, oh, like I went here, that was nice, and having like a fond memory is cool in that aspect. But like having just like t-shirts and keychains and magnets and all of these other things, like I just don't feel like it's super necessary, which makes me think back to like when I was younger and my parents bought me like a bracelet from Myrtle Beach, or like those people, how they can write like your name on a piece of rice. Like I had one of those, like just like random souvenirs that were like fun to have at the time, or like a pen with your name on it, just like random stuff. Like it's cool to have, but I'm just very much like anti-clutter and anti-spending money. So things like that don't really appeal to me anymore. I'm sure it's different if you have kids, you want things like that, but at this point in my life, I just don't need any souvenirs. It's all on my phone. The memories are in my head, and I think that's just what's really important. So the last thing that I don't spend money on anymore is blankets. People love blankets, and I just do not understand the hype with that whatsoever. So we have enough blankets to fill our bed, obviously, our spare bedroom, and then we have one huge king-size fluffy blanket that we use for our couch. And then we have one for company if needed, and then I swap one out for Christmas. That's it. But I know people that literally have like 20 to 30 blankets. I understand that you can get them for super cheap, and I guess it's probably fun to like swap them all out for holidays, which I do for Christmas. But other than that, like I just do not see the need. My one blanket that we do have that we use all the time, like we just wash it all the time, and it's absolutely fine. It's super comfy, and that's really all that we need. I don't know, I guess I just don't get like the fascination with having like 20, 30 blankets, or is everybody keeping them? Like I don't know. I mean, the more that I'm filming this video, the more I'm realizing maybe I'm just not like a super girly girl and I don't need like all of the fun extra furry stuff. I don't know what it is, but blankets just, I guess, aren't my thing either, but it is what it is. Like, I get it, they're comfy, but I have my one comfy blanket and it keeps me super happy. So yeah, so those are the 10 things that I no longer spend money on. Let me know what things you don't spend money on. I'm dying to know what other people do or don't do. I'm always super interested on how I can save money and just give me a view into someone else's frugal lifestyle to see how they are spending money or aren't spending money. I would love to know. Remember, make good choices. Do not listen to those voices because the only voice that matters is yours. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.